I just signed up for a marathon. I don't regret it. It just sounds so absurd to say out loud. Hi everyone, and welcome to training for a marathon. I use the word or the quotations because it's been 10 days since my half marathon, and I've run like twice and then have done some strides on another day. Or no, I've run 3 times and then some strides on another day. And almost every time other than the strides, I've had this knee pain. And I think I know what it is. And I'm like willing it to improve faster than it wants to improve, and clearly what I'm doing isn't working. So I think what I'm gonna do, sorry, my camera skills are not working out right now. I think what I'm going to do is just focus on cross training for a while, which stinks because I want to do my long run or a long effort in a certain heart rate range this weekend, and so that means it's going to be inside on a variety of different machines. I think in order to mix it up, I might do like the arc machine for a while and then switch to like an elliptical and do that for a while. Which, I mean, they're both pretty much the same machine, but they're slightly different. And so that will hopefully break up the long bout of cross training that I'm going to have to do in order to do my long run. So that stinks. I don't know. I'm like half marathon training for the most part went pretty well, and so I'm just irritated that the second half of marathon training isn't going well. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just very, very irritated by it all. But luckily, I'm not planning on running the marathon at any particular time. It's just purely about finishing. But I would like to not completely wreck my body during the marathon, so I'd like to train as much as I can before doing the marathon. So we'll see what happens. I think my plan for now is just to cross train. That's mostly what I've been doing, and so that's why this is the first video that I'm making, because recording my thoughts about cross training is pretty boring. But we'll see what happens after like a week or so. But I'm pretty annoyed with what's going on. I feel like it shouldn't be as big of a problem as it is. So with that being said, I'll see you later. Hi, my friends. It has been a week of cross training, including a 2-hour cross training session on Saturday. So that was really fun. I am going to the gym to do a little treadmill workout and see how it goes. My knee's been feeling better. It's been a while since I've had any pain with anything. Walking stairs. I haven't had any pain with cross training, including on Saturday when I did like literally 2 hours in a row of cross training to simulate a long run. I didn't have any pain with that. So if I start to feel pain, I'll just finish my workout on the elliptical or something. But I'm really, really hoping that I don't have any pain today. I'm going to do a really good warm-up to try and, stretch out the area that I think is causing the issue as much as I can before I start the workout. And yeah, I'm just hoping for the best. We had a couple really nice days of weather, and it made me miss running so much. So we'll see what happens. I did order a new pair of shoes. The shoes that I wore for the half marathon have probably like 430 miles on them, so they're getting to the point where it's time to get a new pair. I think I might still wear these ones for like faster efforts, just because the pair of shoes that I ordered are made more for cushion than they are for speed, and so I think rotating in my current running shoes for some of the shorter and faster efforts is probably fine. Because if you look at them, they look like they're in really great condition. The only thing that's making me want to get a new pair of shoes, or the only thing that made me get a new pair of shoes, is just the fact that I've put so many miles on them. So I will probably check back in with you after this workout and let you know what happened. Send up some prayers and some good vibes for me. I just really want to finish this workout. I've really missed running the past few weeks, and it's so disheartening to get a mile or 2 miles into a workout and then to all of a sudden have pain. So I'm really, really hoping for the best here. I'll see you guys later. Hi friends. I just got done with my workout. It went pretty well. I was able to do the whole thing. I had a little bit of pain after, I don't know, probably like 20 minutes. But it never got unbearable. And honestly, I did a leg day yesterday, and so I'm wondering if some of it was just from my muscles being tight and sore from yesterday, or if it was this persistent problem, or a combination of both. I don't know, but I decided that it wasn't extreme enough to stop running, and so I just finished the workout and then went upstairs and rolled out my leg for a little while. So I don't know what that means, to be honest. I'm just happy I got a run in. It was only 3.5 miles, and I have 26.2 that I've signed up to do in like 5 weeks. So we're having to make a lot of adjustments to our goals for the marathon, for sure. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll just see what it feels like in the next coming days. Tomorrow is supposed to be a rest day when it comes to cardio, so I'll see how it feels tomorrow and the next day, and just kind of go from there, to be honest. I don't feel good and I don't feel bad. I just kind of feel neutral and kind of lost. So that's where I'm at. Bye. Hi pals. It's so nice outside, and I'm kind of upset that I'm not running outside. But I decided that even though my leg feels good and it feels like my IT band is loosening up, I decided that it might be wise just to wait a few more days, just so that I don't jump the gun, because I have a tendency to do that. So I'm going to do something that I haven't done for years, and that is swimming. Specifically aqua jogging / swimming. I have an hour of cross training to do today, and I just really wanted to get off of the elliptical. So I was talking to my friend who's training for a half triathlon, or a half Ironman, there we go, and she
said that like swimming and aqua jogging is a great way to get some exercise in, like high quality exercise. So I decided that I was going to try that. I haven't, again, done that since high school, and so I'm really interested to see how it goes. I don't have like a swim cap or goggles or a one piece, so I'm in bikini bottoms and a sports bra, and we're just gonna see how it goes. My plan is to aqua jog most of the time if I can, and then if it gets to the point where it's too deep for me to jog, then I'll start swimming till the end. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to get back to being healthy though, because if I am so close to running on days like today, then something to be happy about. So I'll have to go on a walk or something later. I mean, it's just stunning. It's 54 degrees, sunny, no wind. I mean, it's just beautiful. So I'm jealous that I have to be inside swimming today, but I'm hoping that this is one of the last cross training workouts that I have to do. See you later. My new shoes are here. I'm so excited. I haven't even taken them out of the package yet. So I grew up running in Asics all the time. And I love my Saucony shoes, don't get me wrong. I got the Saucony Endorphin Speed 2s, I believe. Love them. The only thing is the toe box is like ever so slightly too narrow for me. So I did some research, and from what I heard and read, these shoes, which are the Magic Speeds, are like the Asics version of the Endorphin Speed 2 in terms of kind of like the features and the things that they can be used for. And so I decided to try them out, and hopefully the toe box will be a little bit wider. Usually Asics, a size 9 fits me perfectly and doesn't cause any sort of rubbing or anything in my toes. And so I'm really interested to try them on. I don't know if I'll go on a run today. I think I might give myself one more day and then do just a short run tomorrow and see how it feels. I'm feeling optimistic, so we'll see what happens. But these are the Magic Speeds. They're so light. Also, the bottom of this is amazing, but they're very, very light. I was kind of shocked when I picked up the box and it was so lightweight. So I'm really interested to try these on. But yeah, I mean, they just look cool. So I will try them on, because why not? Man, I remember when I bought running shoes in high school, I was always like trying to make sure that they were neutral colored and they would go with like my uniforms and all that stuff. And now I just don't really care. Like, I mean, it's white, which is, iffy, but like the bottom of this brings me so much joy because it's so colorful. Sorry, I don't have, it's kind of nice outside today and I'm probably gonna wear sandals, so I'm gonna put my socks on. Let's try one of these bad boys on. The upper is very thin. I've never tried one of Asics, I don't know, nicer shoes, I guess, that are made for speed. I've always just worn like, I don't know, they're basic, average Joe Schmo shoes. It's very light on the top. I mean, I don't really know what it means, the term sock liner, but if I had to guess what it meant, I would guess that this is what the term like a sock liner shoe means, because it's very, very thin on top. Not a bad thing, just something I've noticed. I bet they're probably really breathable when you're running in the heat, which is always nice. It's never fun to have like a claustrophobic feeling in your shoes when your feet get too hot. I've definitely had that happen before. So, ooh, this is what they look like on. They definitely have more arch support than the Saucony Endorphin Speeds, which is that's not a diss on the Endorphin Speeds. Obviously, everyone's foot shape is different and everyone needs varying levels of arch support. If you have really low arches, this might be too high for you. But I think I would say normal to slightly high arches, and so this feels really nice.
I'm really excited to run in these. I don't even care if it's like a mile tomorrow. I do think I'm gonna have to try these out because I'm so excited. These are really cool. So yeah, I'll let you know what I think about them, but I thought I would just show off my new shoes. Bye. Hi everyone. It's been about a month since my last check-in, and that's because I honestly have just decided to move forward with the marathon, and I've still been cross-training that whole time. I've done pretty much the cross-training equivalent in terms of like time and then heart rate for all of my training runs, and I have been able to run quite a bit more the past couple weeks than I have been able to in the weeks before that, and I'm currently not experiencing any pain, which is amazing. But this training block has definitely not gone the way that I originally hoped it would. So if you haven't watched my half marathon videos, then you might not know what my sort of MO has been with this whole training block. So I did a half marathon in March, on March 18th, I believe, and my goal was to find a marathon training plan that had a half marathon race smack dab in the middle of it, so that instead of starting over and doing a 16 to 20 week marathon training program from scratch, I could just do it the lazy way and just do another 8 weeks of training from a half marathon race up. And it was a good idea in theory. I ran it by quite a few people, and I didn't have anyone that was like, that's not a good idea. And so I planned it all out, and that very first run after my half marathon, it was like 3 days later or 2 days later, it was just a really slow 5K. That was my only goal, was a slow 5K, and I had this knee pain, this lateral or on the side of my knee, on the, like if I'm looking down at my knee, it's the left side of my left knee, pain when I would run. And for that run, I would say it was probably after the first mile and a half I noticed it, and every run after that I could get about 15 to 20 minutes into my run, which for me is anywhere from like 1.5 miles to 2.25 miles ish, at kind of like a relaxed pace. And I could run up until that point, and then all of a sudden I would have pain and it wouldn't improve until I stopped running. And in most cases it would get worse. And I really had no idea what was causing it until I know you're not supposed to self-diagnose with Google, but my insurance isn't the best, so I'm not gonna go see a provider unless I have to. And I'm a physical therapy student, so I kind of figured like I should be able to figure this out, right? So I went to Google, and I had never really heard of IT band friction syndrome before, and I still don't 100% know that that is exactly what I have, but we have been covering the knee in school the past couple weeks, and I had my professor do a IT band syndrome test on my knee, and it was positive. So there is at least one form of objective evidence that that's probably what I've been dealing with, as a result of a couple things, I think. And I probably won't go into it unless you comment below and decide that you want me to go into my anatomical explanation for why I think that I've been dealing with IT band syndrome. But besides the point, once I figured out that that was kind of the issue, and some other things that could have been contributing to it not getting better, I thought it was just I need a rest thing. but I think it was a combination of different factors. And so once I started addressing those different components, then I started to really be able to run over that sort of 20-minute mark and have no pain. And so because it took me about a month to actually start seeing some changes and start being able to run again without pain, I was really wary of jumping right back into training, because while it's been a long time since I've had a stress fracture, I have had one before. I was 15 or 16. I was 16 when I got my stress fracture. And so I know that, jumping right back into pretty high mileage training is just a recipe for disaster. And while I have been loading my joints as much as I can through my various forms of cross training, I've still been weightlifting this whole time. I'm still doing plyometric, jumping stuff in the gym to try and load my joints as much as possible. I've been walking a lot, even though, walking and running aren't, the same thing. It still loads your joints in like kind of similar ways. And so I've really been making an effort to try and prepare myself as much as I can, especially during the time when I wasn't able to run. But anyway, long story short, I decided that I wanted to go ahead and move forward with the marathon. The longest run that I have gone on since the half marathon was 7.5 miles last week. But my body seemed to recover really well from that, so I'm hoping that that's a good sign. I know 7.5 miles is a far cry from 26.2, but I'm just going into it with a good attitude and an open mind. I forgot to tell you guys my goals for this race, so I'm gonna do that now. I have like 3.5 goals for this race. So the first goal is just to finish. I came up with the time of 4 hours and 30 minutes as a finishing time that I'd like to get. If I don't achieve that, it'll be fine. I know that a longer race might mean more bathroom breaks, and I know that I'll for sure walk at least a couple times, if not more than a couple times during the race, but I don't want to be out there forever, so I would like to finish in 4:30 or less if I can. We'll see what happens. And then my second goal is, it just left my brain. Oh, my second goal is to run the first 10 miles without stopping. I think that's something that's plausible for me. It's always harder to get going again after you've stopped running. So if I can get at least the first 10 miles without stopping, that would be ideal. And then my last major goal is I want to keep a good mindset throughout the entire race. I know it's going to be really physically and mentally challenging for me, but just because something is challenging does not mean that you have to have a negative mindset about it. And so right now I'm not super nervous. I'm pretty excited to have this experience. Sorry if you can hear the weed whacking that's going on in the background, but they just keep going. Anyway, so I just want to keep a good mindset throughout this race, and so that's probably one of my more important goals, is to just have a good attitude throughout the entirety of the very challenging thing I'm about to do. And then my sort of half goal is I would like to limit my walking. If I do have to take a walking break, I would like to limit it to like 2 minutes maximum, like long enough to maybe eat something, to catch my breath a little bit, to stretch out something. But I really want to make sure that I'm not sort of, getting lazy with my walking. And so I think having that as a goal kind of in the back of my mind is going to help me just to keep moving forward. And moving forward at a pace that I know I can achieve. So those are my goals, and I'll let you know what happens with all of them. I think my next check-in will probably be either right before the race or sometime during the race. So I will see you soon. Bye.